You know, you always hear about Thailand, these Asian countries, like you can go and live there, they're cheap. That's just where they live.
Exactly.
So they get a 50 grand bonus. Like
Yeah.
that's obviously why one is getting so big, because there's fellas that would die truly for 50 grand.
I felt so disappointed in myself, and I was really upset by all the comments that I was getting by people, and he was starting to cry. And while Rodtang was getting emotional, he had to pass back over to the translator, and the translator started crying and everything. I was like, this is heroin.
That's a proper translator though.
I was watching the One Championship card at the weekend. I know you didn't watch it, but
Yeah.
I sent you a few clips and a few bits from the Instagrams.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on anything?
But the first thing I saw anyway all over Instagram was Rodtang missed weight.
Yeah.
Surprising, no?
Not surprising when you hear his backstory. So like he didn't disclose it before the fight, but he broke his hand.
Oh.
So he broke his hand in the Super Leg fight, and he was overcoming the injury. So that was his reasoning for it. But the CEO of One also said that like he feels that the fame and the money is kind of, you know, like most people, right? When you get to that level, especially being from Thailand, fella came up from nothing, got a bit of money, got a bit of fame. You see him all the time now on Instagram. He's playing football, playing soccer, and he's probably taking his eye off the ball with the injury as well. And he got a lot of heat. Like the Thai fans apparently were fucking going mad on YouTube, and on, you know, anything he put up online was getting like mad hate.
Because of the weight.
Because he missed weight, yeah, because he's like a national treasure, boy. So
when was the Super Leg fight?
Oh, was that
months ago? Like,
yeah, months.
So how did that affect him?
9 months ago.
But how is that affecting him now?
Because he had a broken hand, so he said he couldn't train properly for months.
Right.
After that fight, and then he said he was a bit heavier starting this camp.
Yeah, he let himself go too long.
Exactly, and then he had to cut the weight from a bigger weight than he would normally. But after the fight, he was giving his interview and he was getting emotional. You know, just saying like, I felt so disappointed in myself, and I was really upset by all the comments that I was getting by people, and he was starting to cry. And there's, you know, so obviously there's a commentator, and then there's a Thai translator who's like always on the one cards. And while Rodtang was getting emotional, he had to pass back over to the translator, and the translator started crying and everything. I was like, this is heroin.
That's a proper translator though.
Yeah, he is, by his
dedicated to the craft.
Exactly,
craft?
by the draft.
Yeah, dedicated
and the
to
draft
the craft.
probably. He probably
crying
is.
And all even.
But whenever people get bonuses, and he has to, like, obviously the Thais, when they get a bonus, he has to tell them they're getting the bonus, and when he does it, he's full of fucking.
Oh, he loves it, like.
Loves it, loves his job.
That's what I find insane about One. It doesn't really cross your mind much, like the fact that how much the bonuses mean to them boys.
Yeah, but sure.
Like they don't have money, because you know, you always hear about Thailand, these Asian countries, like you can go and live there, they're cheap. That's just where they live.
Exactly.
So they get a 50 grand bonus. Like that's obviously why One is getting so big, because there's fellas that would die truly for 50 grand.
Yeah.
Like that's life changing.
100%. But sure, they fought most of their lives, probably fought hundreds of fights for like $20 fucking $30. And now they're fighting for, you know, to potentially getting 50 grand. But there was, so Rodtang missed weight, and then there was a big kind of scandal. So Liam Harrison was scheduled to fight a Japanese opponent, and there was a 10-minute video that Harrison put up, so I won't go into the details, but basically the kind of gist of it is Harrison went to the weigh-in, to the official scales, an hour and a half before the weigh-in. He weighed in 2 pounds under, and the official told him, look, you're 2 pounds under. They also have to do a hydration test, so he said just make sure you stay hydrated, like, you know, have a sip of water kind of thing. So Harrison said he went away, drank 500 mils of water, which is 1 pound.
Yeah.
And obviously if you drink 1 pound of water, the most you can put on is 1 pound. He went back to the weigh-in, to the official weigh-in, and he jumped on the scales at 146, so 1 pound over. And he was looking like...
Put on 3 pounds?
Yeah, but he was looking, when he stepped on the scales, he was like, what the fuck's going on? You know, and started kind of snapping. So he said that basically the official was like, nah, you know, you're overweight, go away and make weight. And Harrison was obviously, you know, pushing back, saying, no, fucking the scales must have been wrong. You obviously, you're after telling me I was 143. And his opponent also weighed in 4 pounds overweight. So then Harrison said, all right, like, my opponent's 4 pounds overweight, I have to get some of his purse, and I'm not going to go back making weight because of the fuck up. But then apparently they told him, you can't get your opponent's purse, none of it, because you missed weight.
Yeah.
You also can't get any bonuses if you win by knockout.
Because he missed weight as well?
Because he missed weight. So Harrison said, no, I'm not fighting.
He bunked it?
Bunked it, the day of the weigh-in, yeah.
What?
But look, in his defence, he's 38 years of age, and again, in that 10-minute, like, you can watch the 10-minute thing, it gives more detail, but he was saying, you know, this Japanese fighter is coming to make a name off me. He's 4 pounds overweight. I'm going in now to fight without any bonus, any potential of a bonus, without getting any of his purse for being 4 pounds over, when I've done everything right. And I'm at this stage of my career, you know, I'm not going to go in and risk
Yeah.
it.
He is the fella I recognised actually.
Yeah, he's
Harrison. Yeah,
unbelievable,
I've seen him. I've seen him all over TikTok and Instagram and shit before.
Yeah, yeah.
Training boys and all that stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah,
never knew he
he's-
was a proper fighter though.
Oh, super.
I thought he was like a coach or something.
No, he's doing a bit of coaching now. Like, I think he started doing some work with like Ian Gary there until that's how we got a bit of like props, and he was on Joe Rogan a few times as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
What about the main event? So
Fucking hell, I sent you the highlights of that.
yeah,
didn't I?
insane.
Boys, it was an absolute banger. Like if you want to watch, just that's why Thai boxing to me is like, I love all martial arts, and especially I love MMA, I love jiu-jitsu, but when you see a good Thai boxing fight, just the level of power that's being thrown, 5 rounds the boys were just banging kicks, elbows, knees, and like I said last week when I was kind of giving a preview of the fight, I felt that Joe, when I watched the kickboxing fight, he didn't give Tawanchai the space to be the type of fighter Tawanchai liked to be. And again, in this fucking fight, he just kept closing the distance. Anytime there was a chance for Tawanchai to get any rhythm, boom, Joe was on top of him. And after the fight, the fans were just so obviously so Tawanchai got the majority decision, but the fans were mad booing. Like 10,000
Really?
fans, and yeah, mad. So Tawanchai got given the mic. All you could hear was boos.
That's almost more important by their fans. By
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think Tawanchai felt like he didn't get the win because he was like, they asked him the question, and obviously, again, with the translator, he said, I don't have anything to say.
But that's what I'm saying. He literally just won the fight, but because the crowd's not on his side, it's ruined.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always see that in them fights. Like
Yeah, you must feel a bit like, fuck, I'm after
it's
getting
just staying. You know what I mean? And you're after going through all that, and then the crowd just boos you because it's something that's out of your control. Like.
And then the CEO of one also said, when he was asked in the press conference, you know, what did you think of the fight? And he said, I thought Joe Nado won.
Yeah.
With damage, you know, so Tawanchai's eye was swollen shut. He was broke up when the decision got made as well. Tawanchai was almost like looking as if to say, fuck. I got.
How did you have it? How did you have it when you were watching?
I thought Joe done enough. Again, like with the ones, like you could argue Tawanchai was being more active with kicks, but like if you look at, you know, damage, like impact, I think Joe done more. Like, and he got some nice sweeps in the 4th and 5th round that are big scores as well. So I thought that Joe done enough to win. But apparently now they're going to do the rematch in America in the Atlanta card, which is turning out to be a huge card now because Jonathan Haggerty, the UK fighter, have you seen him?
Yeah, I've heard of him before. Yeah.
He's shit hot, and he's fighting Superlek on that card in September. And now Joe Nadawad is going to fight Tawanchai as well for a rematch, the 3rd time they fought.
Fuck. And one is going to be massive. Like
I think it's going to be huge, but I think it's getting more momentum the longer it goes on.
I'm going to have to start watching it properly now, mate.
Look,
properly.
Yeah. It is hard though when you have like Callum was fighting Friday and shit. So like,
but even with me, with the, you know, some people know like myself, I'm just so used to standard UFC MMA. It's kind of hard to go back into the split disciplines. You know, just watching just that, just kickboxing, Thai boxing. But the way it's kind of structured and everything, I'm gonna have to get into it. And what about Panda Kick's fight?
Yeah.
Just so the people know. He actually replied to
He did.
one of our Instagram reels the other day, which was unbelievable, wasn't
Unbelievable,
it? He showed us a bit of love on Instagram.
Yeah, all the Colombians are showing us love now.
All the Colombians are jumping on the old crack house bandwagon.
Decent.
The job, yeah.
We'll have to get a Spanish translator by.
Yeah, subtitles on all the videos. Someone who does dubs of our voices.
Can you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
That'd be illegal.
You should have said
Hola.
see.
Like Mr. Beast, boy, we'll have a crack house in a load of languages.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, that was
Someday.
savage, boy. When the Panic Kick showed us out.
He was unreal, and fucking, to be fair to him, boy, he went in the second fight now, and like, you know, he's so young, and I kind of had a feel. So his first fight, he came out and smashed your man in 45 seconds, and he carried that energy into the second fight, and he still had a great performance. But like, the guy he was fighting firstly was tough, and also I think he's young, right, and he has ability to knock people out, so he was looking for the knockout, and as a result of that, he was like smothering his work a bit, you know, so he was like really on top of your man, and he wasn't landing as clean as he could have been. He still got 2 8 counts in the first round, and I thought he was going to stop him, but it ended up being a unanimous decision win. But look, again, for him, at this stage of his career, they're the kind of fights he wants, right? He's getting a good win against a tough opponent, and he's going to learn loads from it.
Exactly.
Loads.